All right. It is Mothership Let's Synergize episode 15, The Complexity of Future Time. Hopefully that sounds pretentious enough and nonsensical that it might be interesting. Briefly recap. You entered the metadimensional rip in space. You got there. Sal was unconscious, having some kind of dream. His eyes were silver. Professor Goff was found in the cargo hold, seemingly the same, but slightly different. And you managed to get Sal out of his state while using the blue light. He had visited with some people from Landis University and Maximo, the badminton player, who gave him a beer, which he brought back with him from his dream state.
Proof that this whole thing can't be that bad if they, if you can get beer out of it, must not be as bad as everybody thinks.
That's right. And there was some debris. You were in a debris field from a ship that had been presumably destroyed. A body hit the hull. It was the frozen body of Dr. Butler. You went on to the large portion of the ship that remained, got a recording, something about metal on the surface and runes and how people were attracted to it. I think there was a couple recordings on there at least. Heard a distress call. You went down to the surface. It was 50 degrees Celsius, sand blowing everywhere. You found a drop ship that had been damaged. That is where you found the badminton player Maximo and Alexis, who had been injured, and she had some silver. He claimed to have fought off some kind of serpent that was made of papier-mache, which you obviously knew maybe that, I mean, that's nothing new to you guys. You put her in the blue light cage. You went over to these ruins. He told you where to go, and you found where the team was. You met Dr. de Havilland. I think asked you for cigarettes frequently, at least two or three times. Was wondering why if you had any smokes. Maximo was supposed to bring the shipment of cigarettes and supplies, but he didn't. The drop ship got damaged. You talked to Dr. Butler on the radio and told him, "Don't come here." He said he made no plans of returning. So there's obviously some kind of weird space-time rift that you're experiencing. You went into some not ruins. You didn't go into ruins, but you went into ruins and saw some kind of computer code, realized it was CAD, the entity that basically built all machines. Some people claim built all life itself. Professor Goff took it down to try to decipher it. Later, you heard about a place, I think called the Spire, where one team went in there and claimed they heard music and something and they freaked out and left. Another team went in and said you couldn't get very far because there was a cave in. So, of course, you got in the forklift and headed that way. And the team consisted of Maximo, XL, the vice president of the students, Ugla, and Pal, the Robo-Dog, which the Build-A-Bear rode on. And you got in the forklift, headed that direction. You got out. You saw some tiles on the floor that were two suns and some planets going around it, basically showing a solar system. Didn't know what it was. Someone did experience the walls seeming to sweat at one point, like silver. Some of the students explained that when they went, they experienced that. You heard the music. There were the rocks that were in front, but Dasha was removing them with the forklift. But Kusin just walked through because he could see it was clear. There was a maitre d'. You realized you were invited. You went into like a 1930s speakeasy. You saw Ord, John Valentin. They said that, you had a little placard, a little thing on your table, that you're supposed to be there. And they're waiting for the king to arrive, and that your ship would be the thing that triggers the event. You concluded that possibly this could be the scream somehow. You got a phone call. Well, the phone rang a couple times, and you answered it. You also got a similar phone call when you were on the planet that Tomb Wrench is on, which of course escapes me. but Dasha hung it up because it was someone reciting a bunch of numbers, and then that's when you got the video of them smashing the phone and shooting it. So this is the second time some random person entity has called you on the phone. They told you to get to your ship. You go to leave. About everybody's got to use the bathroom. Does not leave the decides to stay. You go out there. The rocks are there now. You can't. It's basically just this oval room. There's rocks. There's these papier-mache insect things like six legs and stingers coming down, all circling, coming down the walls. And somebody says that's what happens when you go off script. And that's where we cut it. So you are in this room and this is happening. You don't see the forklift. Everybody's stress level is, let's see, did we write this down?
I've got 8.
Yeah, Kusin 8, Dasha 7, Sal 5, Professor Goff 6. I would say you'll be first you go before we actually have to roll an initiative round. So you give a minute here to think about it because they're kind of spiraling in the ceiling, working their way down.
Those look friendly.
The rubble is blocking
Yes.
the entrance. Are there any other exits?
No, there are no exits.
Does the rubble look like it's fully blocking it, or does it look like it? Is there kind of like does it kind of like go up and there's maybe like a space where if you cleared it, you would be able to like crawl through it?
Probably Pal the Robodog could get through there with the Build-A-Bear to quickly avoid any unnecessary damage that this NPC with the necessary plot armor would have, so they could escape.
The professor is going to ask the Build-A-Bear if him and the dog can scramble through and get to safety.
Oh, yes.
Perhaps maybe if they can find the forklift on the other side and maybe they can clear the rubble.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
Imagine like a Hal the Robo Dog driving the forklift, busting through to save us.
We'll say.
I would say, Sal, as you assess the situation and look over at these rocks, you think, well, shit, I could pick those things up and just move them.
Is that like a Sal is strong enough to pick them up and move them, or like
With his mind.
so like they're big enough that anybody or small enough that anybody could move
No,
them?
I mean,
Sal's strength is pretty good.
Are they made out of paper mache?
no, they don't see. I mean, if they are, they're colored and they don't look like paper, so they've been maybe properly painted and stuff. You'd have to check.
The professor's going to walk over and kick them and see if they are.
They're solid stone. Yeah.
The problem is I could move this shit all I want. The problem is we've got shit climbing down the walls at us, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Seems like moving this stuff would be more of we don't have shit climbing down the walls at us activity.
Is the door behind us closed?
There is no door currently there.
It's just like a wall.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Well, shit. Kuzin pulls out his SMG.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull out my vibro knife, which is wow, I wish I had a ranged weapon. And try to set up so when one of these comes down, it's going to be within easy swiping range.
Don't let it break your vac suit
Yeah.
or your hazard suit.
All right, that would probably be really bad.
You should think of people gonna die?
After the professor figures out what they're going to do, would we have enough time to like get a shot off, or is that going to wait till combat?
You could get a shot off. Yeah, you could do that.
Okay, well then I'm going to get a shot off.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
I failed.
It's a thought that counts.
It's like a dome. So the rounds skitter up, and then you distinctly hear the noise of them falling to the ground as they land all around you, along with the shells.
Yeah.
Bang, 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 bang.
Kuzin is both shooting bullets and sweating bullets with that additional stress.
What does the roof look like above us?
It goes up into a peak, like an oval, like
And it's a built structure. There's not any stalagmites or stalactites or anything like that, correct?
correct.
Okay. And how many of these things are crawling down towards us?
Currently, you see 11 of them.
What's that in metric numbers?
A lot.
A fuck ton.
Oh, that figured. Okay.
It's 1 kilo.
I'm going to. Are there any that are crawling where one's above another one?
What is your intent here?
I want to shoot one and have it land on top of another one, and they
Yeah.
both do.
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah.
Okay, good, good.
Yeah, he wants a twofer.
Let's see here. I'm gonna fire my laser.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And you do have the students with you. You've got XL and Maximo, and I believe Maximo is on the ground unconscious. He's like, oh, well, not unconscious, but he's looking bad. He's like spitting up silver goo and stuff. So
That's actually a really
Right.
good point. We could shoot one of the students and have them as
Yeah.
an offering to them. Yeah,
that's true. Yes.
yeah. Oh, I'm just gonna shoot one of the bugs. That is a 34 out of. Oh my God, I have so many numbers. 34 out of 66.
Okay. Yeah. It's definitely a hit.
Okay. 23.
Yeah, you managed to shoot one. Pieces of paper mache, tiny pieces, start flickering down on you as as you hit this thing. They look pretty hardy. It doesn't fall. It definitely takes the hits.
No, somehow I thought that would be more effective.
Wow. Yeah, seeing that sniper rifle not one shot these is like, oh, ye fuck, this is ugly. Wait a minute, the sniper rifle, oh wow, it's been a while since I did the rules. The sniper rifle should have some additional effects, if I remember properly.
Gunshot
Because like the
plus.
sniper blade gets damage and then it gets gore, then you roll on gore and then something else.
I forgot it was 4d10, so an extra 10 on top of that
Okay.
for 33, and it's gunshot plus bleed.
Hey, Pete, did you say that the door we just came out of is gone now?
It has vanished. Yes.
Okay, and we all heard someone said that's what you get for going off script.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where did that come from?
It sounded like it came from when you left the door. Sounded like it came from behind where you had left.
The professor's gonna walk over there and investigate that.
Okay. As you go to investigate it, the door appears and cracks open slightly. Maximo is over there, and XL's just looking up. He's like, "Game over, man! Game over!" As he sees the shots have not killed the first paper mache insect thing. R.I.P. Bill Paxton.
You deserve better.
Well, the professor's gonna see who opened the door and what's back there.
You hear the music now. And Ord is standing there. He kind of pushes the door partly open and he's like, you can just come back inside. You don't have to, deal with these things.
Oh shit. That's not a way out. Fracking A.
Crikey, mate.
Hey, is Ugla still in there?
Yeah, she has like sat down at a table with some other people and is kind of just talking, yucking it up, drinking, just kind of, she's part of the scene.
But she looks fine.
Yeah, she looks fine, yeah.
Well, it's a good backup option.
The rest of you just see Professor Goff standing next to the wall.
Oh,
I'll look over and say, is there a door there or not? We can't see it.
Sal, you see the door now.
Of course there's a door, it's right here.
Where's it lead?
Right back into the speakeasy.
Oh fuck. That's no help.
Well, Ugla's still in there and she looks fine.
Yeah, if we want to be taken over by the silver,
Houston's like looking between the paper mache creatures and weighing the options. We come on. Let's show them what we're made of. Who's got hot water? That'll melt these things right away. Forgot to bring my water gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I drank all my beer.
XL like drags Maximo over to where the exit would be, and XL's like starts to try to move these boulders. He's like, "Come on!" He's like straining, like with all the strength he has.
Is he making any progress?
Hell no.
Hmm.
He's you can see he's clearly panicking in this situation.
Yeah, well, good reason. I'm going to abandon my wait for these things to crawl down the wall and go over and start slinging boulders.
You pick it up with ease.
Is it with ease? Is it like paper mache?
No, it's like a fucking rock that weighs probably half a ton.
And I'm picking it up with ease.
Yeah. XL looks at you and goes, "Holy shit.
Okay.
Must be old man strength."
Since it's with ease, that means I should be able to place it pretty well.
Yep.
What I'm going to do is start like just tossing them quickly in a position that'll give us a bunker, like to prevent so that the insects have to come at us on a smaller path. We
Okay.
have something to hide by.
You don't need to roll strength. Give me an intellect roll just to see how well you stack these things. You can pick it pretty.
And that is a slight miss. Let's see how much of a slight miss. 42, intellect is 39.
Is it worth a hustle point?
Yeah, probably. God damn it. Oh, that's worse.
Okay. You're moving them easily, but you're not setting it up. It's still in the way, and you're moving them. Let's see here.
The professor's going to turn around and see him doing this. First thing he's going to do is analyze the trajectory and give him some pointers on how to better place the boulders.
Yep.
And the second thing he's going to do is going to ask him if he has been practicing his boxing skills on a stainless steel heavy bag.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. I'm just trying to save our asses. That's it.
Just throw it at them.
Yeetus deletus.
Oh, yeah, okay. Prof, what you think? We got better odds of me throwing things at them or trying to stack us up a bunker?
Well, a good defense is a good offense, so I would say attack them.
Yeah, I think Dasha can. Okay, good. Well, Dasha's always a crack shot, so.
Okay, I'm gonna roll. Let me roll a d6 here. Okay, you'll have 3 more turns before they are just enough to before you'll probably have to start fending them off. So this is kind of a slight, just enough of a complication, it seems, for them to delay them a bit. So, Dasha, what are you going to do?
And it looks like he's having no problem lifting those boulders up.
Yeah, no problem whatsoever.
Okay, at this point, you see the professor is going to look kind of weird, and he's kind of stares off into space, and then turns around and looks at Dasha and walks over to Dasha and says, in perfect military jargon, of which I know nothing about, "Hey, you lay down some suppressing fire. I'm going to flank back over here to the roundabout, to the weak side, and then I'm going to attack from the strong side and come back around and do a 3722 Delta maneuver. Copy?"
Hike.
And then the professor turns around and starts climbing the wall.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I will provide some fire for our spider.
You hear muttering from Sal about, oh boy, somebody's been on the silver juice.
Says the person who just picked up a 20-ton boulder.
Didn't say I wasn't. Just don't know what the hell's going on here.
Okay. So that happens. What's Dasha going to do?
She'll provide suppressing fire.
Okay. You don't need to roll. You can provide suppressing fire. As you begin to climb the wall, Professor, the insects seem to avoid you. and move away from you.
Huh.
And they finally reach the ground and they're scurrying around. They're moving around like with the rocks kind of in the way. There's enough room for one person to get through at this point.
All right, the professor is going to change tactics and is going to run over to where the escape route is and guard the escape route and keep the insects from coming to the escape route, and is going to tell everyone else, hey, over here, this way, let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to at least give it another round and try to make the opening larger and let
Okay.
like a couple of the students go first. Unless it looks like I'm about to be fucking eaten for, trying to be chivalrous, in which case it'll be every man for himself.
XL, as soon as there's enough room in there, he scrambles through the opening to get to the other side and then reaches back and says,
Yep.
Hey, Maximo, I'll pull him through.
Is Maximo incapacitated?
He's like foaming at the mouth and just kind of on the ground.
Right. Okay. Well, I am trying to bloody well expand this opening, so I'm not going to be the one handing him Maximo. Wait a minute. Is there anybody else who can?
Anyone who can handle Maximo?
Yeah, I look over my shoulder and say, Kusin, could you hand Maximo through there?
Kuzin looks over at Dasha, providing suppressing fire. Yeah, okay. And Kuzin is not the strongest, but we'll try his mightiest.
Give me a strength roll at disadvantage.
Oh boy. Oh yeah, that's a failure.
Believe in yourself.
So he tries to lift up Maximo, and Maximo is just too heavy. Apparently, I wasn't blessed with whatever you've got going on, Mister. I can just pick up heavy boulders and toss them over my shoulder like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah, well. Oh, wait a minute. Got to do the obligatory. I think I missed a session or two. Got to do the obligatory. Well, picking up heavy shit is how I got this scar on my hand. Doesn't mean it prevents you from getting hurt.
At this, the professor is going to look around, sigh heavily, and then ask Dasha to continue the protection of keeping the insects away from everybody, and then is going to go and pick up Maximo and shove him through the escape route.
Okay, give me a strength roll.
Doing it now. I rolled an 18 and my strength is 43.
Okay, yeah, you do. Pull him through. The insects move around the boulders, and as they approach Sal, they quickly move away from him, giving him a wide bearing, as they will go after Kunsen and Dasha.
Let me know when I can change strategies. If they're going to deliberately avoid me, I'm going to walk towards them and push them away from the hole and anybody else so that the other people can escape. Really weird shit going on here. But, just roll with it.
Dasha, you are struck by one of the large stingers from these creatures. Luckily, they're big enough that they would have a hard time attacking, more than one attacking the same enemy. So they strike the vac suit, damaging it. It is not punctured, but the vac suit prevented any kind of injury.
Nice.
I'm fine for now.
It didn't really get off a clean hit, kind of just to the side.
Deflected.
But there are more moving into position. You guys are up next. So I would say at this point, XL and Maximo have been pulled on the other side. Sal is moving the boulders.
I am walking towards the insects to push them back from my companion so that they can get to the hole. If they're going to avoid me for whatever damned reason, I'm going to say a little prayer and hope that they continue avoiding me.
Professor Goff, on the other side, sure enough, the forklift is moving, trying to pick up the rocks with the Build-A-Bear driving.
No, does he have his certification?
Absolutely. Coded that in previously.
Yep.
Oh, perfect.
As Sal moves closer to his companions, the insects kind of just back away from him, making And you can get near Kusin and Dasha that they won't go after them, but they are all stopping, and they can't really surround you because you're kind of backed up to the hole.
Okay.
The professor is going to tell the bear and the robo dog, "Good job, continue," and then it's going to come back to the other side.
It's kind of a standoff at this point. They kind of move a little closer, but they're keeping away. They see you come in, they kind of step back a little bit to give you, the professor, a little bit of room too. But Kusin and Dasha could easily go past and in the hole now and get out of here.
Cruising would definitely do that.
Yeah, I hope you are. The reason I did this in the first place.
So yeah, Cruising would just go and get to the other side and have his SMG
Okay.
ready to unleash on anything that's paper that comes through.
Dasha, you doing the same thing? You crawling through the hole?
Yep,
Okay.
I'm right behind Cruising.
All right, you crawl in there. You guys are on the other side. Sal and Professor Goff, you're on the other side with all these insects just kind of staring you down.
The professor's going to tell Sal to go ahead and go to the other side and grab another boulder, and then when I come through, close up the hatch.
Oh, yeah, okay. Glad you're the planner. I wouldn't have thought of that.
You can do that. And you crawl through and close up the escape route with a boulder. And you're all on the other side in this other room.
Okay, and at this point, the professor kind of just, sits down, sighs deeply, and basically is taking a moment and is like just a sort of self-reflecting and thinking. And then he sort of comes to and goes, I was having a terrible dream. I was dreaming back when I was still an assistant professor. And I dreamed that we went through a rift in the space-time and ended up on this planet Mart. And it was really bizarre. And then the professor looks around and goes, where are we again?
Mott.
Deja vu.
So Sal goes, I'm not exactly the brainy type, but it's not hard to add 2 and 2. 2 of us went under when we went through the rift and seemed to have gained some sort of powers, and the insects didn't like us. That's me and the prof, of course. And then 2 of you didn't go under. I'll point to Kusin and Dasha, and you still seem normal. So, like I said, not hard to add 2 and 2 there. I mean, might be a pattern.
Right. And Sal says this and looks at you guys, and his eyes glow silver.
Fuck.
Oh no. Sal, are you feeling a bit silver today?
Are the professor's eyes glowing silver?
No.
Oh, okay.
How you feeling, Sal? As Cruising starts reaching for a blue light.
This ain't I need a beer moments. This is I need a fucking keg moments. This is not good.
When we get back, we'll get you some beer and put you in the retox unit.
Oh man, are you seeing silver on me? And he starts looking down like, did I get any scrapes? Am I bleeding silver?
In your eyes, so I'm sure if you were bleeding, you'd probably bleed silver.
All right, yeah, that's cool. Put me under the blue lights, whatever. Again, no, not trying to be difficult, but the prof was showing some crazy strength there too, so maybe put us both there.
Putin looks over at the professor. Does the professor have any silver eyes or circuits?
No.
Professor's not going to argue.
The professor doesn't seem to have manifested yet.
Excel's like, we got to get Maximo back to the field studies, or back to your ship or something.
Yep.
He doesn't look good, man. We got to get out of here. What? We can deal with this then.
Yep, we can put him on the forklift and go.
Yeah, you can. You can put him on the forklift, drive him right out.
Yep.
Okay, that's a good idea.
All right, thank you, Tom.
You're roughly in the room that's got the marble or the stone planetary, the two suns and planets going around, and it's kind of eerily quiet. And the next room, of course, was kind of worn away. There was some writing you would think that was on it, but it had, time had worn out. And as you approach the exit, however the sun is setting or is set in the sky, it's kind of like blinding you for a second, and you just like hauling ass driving out of there. And as soon as you drive out of there, like onto the step, driving down the steps, you are in a lush tropical jungle. Ahead of you are just large green foliage. It looks like a maze or something, but it is not sand or wind. It does not look like anything when you entered.
Well, this is certainly
The silver's starting to affect us. It's seeping in, whether we want it or not, transporting us through time. Is this the planet before it was struck barren?
Yeah, well, or maybe space is just foobar. I mean, we know the stream affected space and time, so maybe that's just it, and it's not the silver. Oh, wait a minute. Is everybody seeing a strange forest?
Yeah, it looks like a jungle.
Yeah, we're not in Kansas anymore.
Are there any animals or anything that's identifiable?
Well, glad you asked that, Professor, because as you drive out of there and go, what the hell? You hear a noise and you hear a thud and some kind of bird that's kind of like a blob. It's got fur, it's got feathers, but it's kind of got an amorphous body, slams up against the windshield and just kind of, it's not like a bird flying into something it didn't see. It sort of does it on almost like you would think maybe did it on purpose, but it kind of plops down. It's big. It's a large bird. It's got these wings and pincers, and you hear them all hitting the forklift like they're landing on it. Boom, boom, boom. And then they land on Maximo out there because he's on the forklift. It's something you've never seen before. It's kind of a cross between like an amphibian and a bird, and it's big. They're very big.
Does it look particularly dangerous? Does it have like claws or?
No, it's got some pincers, but
Is it attacking Exo?
I mean, you look out there, Maximo, you look out there, and no, they just seem to be perching on him.
Okay. All right. Well.
all good.
So yeah, and it's hard because they're all on the windshield, so they're hard to see because they've kind of stuck themselves to the windshield. It doesn't take many of them. They're pretty damn big.
Let's see.
How do I collect a sample?
Exactly. Kuzin's gonna try to hang out the window and see if he can jam a syringe in one of them. Collect a blood sample.
Okay.
Because if we're not going to collect a sample once per episode, then like
What's the effing point?
What are we even doing?
Make a speed test.
He's going the distance. He failed his speed.
RIP.
He's all alone.
Not rolling well tonight.
Yeah, you try to, but it's like it's kind of blubbery. It looks like the side of it looks like it's fur, but it looks like a blob almost. And you see it's got wings and kind of an amphibian kind of head. You distinctly hear a gunshot go off, and they all take off. These like small little wings, and they leave the forklift as they go off the windshield, leaving some kind of residue that comes down, and they're all flying, not very gracefully, and they're just taking off into the jungle.
Damn. Well, maybe there will be opportunities to get one again. This time in a little safer spot.
So there's all this kind of residue all over the windshield. You look out, you see Maximo. He's covered in this, whatever this residue was. And then coming out of, it looks kind of like you're approaching a maze of, there's not one path. It's just all over the friggin' place. Is somebody in a vac suit, random person, holding a weapon.
Is it aimed at us?
No, it's pointed down.
Okay. Kuzin looks down at Maximo, who's covered with this slime. Says, maybe I didn't lose. And starts collecting a sample off his nose.
Okay, yeah, you can. Yeah, you can easily collect a sample of this slime. You get out, and this person in the vac suit approaches, and he's getting closer, and he stops and just kind of stares and takes in the scene as Kusin is out there taking a sample off a body that's on the front of the forklift, and all these people are packed inside. There's a robo dog and a Build-A-Bear and just a hodgepodge of people inside a forklift, and he just kind of stops. And is like, "What?"
Susan pops up. I assure you we're real.
Well, that's good. Uh,
Insight check.
yeah, you don't want to piss those things off. I just gave them a warning shot so they would leave.
What are they?
I don't know, nothing I've ever seen before, nothing I've ever encountered.
What happens if you piss them off?
Uh, they spew some kind of super cooled liquid at you, freezes everything on contact.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not very it's not very pleasant.
Who's it?
Kuzin? Okay.
Kuzin Lama Narvaro.
Captain Frazetta. Did you guys just come out of that building there? I didn't even see you go in.
Yes. We did come out of that building. When we entered, this was a very different scene. There was no jungle. It was a fairly barren planet.
Okay, okay.
The professor's going to ask him what's the date. What's the current date?
Oh God, seriously.
Fuck if I know. When we entered the metadimensional space, hell, if I could remember. I mean, it was whatever the date. He says the date that you basically the same date when you left.
Oh, are there any markings on his vac suit?
It's kind of torn and worn, but
Is this one of the Sindum people?
there's no Sindum markings.
Okay.
But Sindum did send
Contractors.
contractors through. He
All right.
starts peering at everybody. He starts taking a really good look. He looks down at Maximo. He's like, "Oh yeah, oh shit, yeah, this fucker is in trouble." You see that? And he points to the silver spew. He's like, you want to get away from that.
Yeah, we know.
Okay, good. You already know.
We came here to and learn, see if we could uncover more of the mysteries around this substance.
The only thing that I find that solves that is, and he pulls out of his pouch a white phosphorus grenade. He says, "You make them eat one of these, and that'll take care of your silver problem."
It will take care of the problem, but also the living problem as well.
Yeah, but there's no coming back from that. They're fucked.
Actually, if you aim blue light at a wavelength of 42 nanometers at this silver liquid, it eventually dies.
Really?
We have found a way to combat it. On our ship, we have a cell. We have a cage set up for people who do come into contact with it that we can detox them.
Interesting. You guys kind of came prepared.
Kuzin just can't help but smile.
I had to stuff a couple white phosphorus grenades down a couple of members of my crew because I got that shit. Oh well.
And what kind of crew was this?
Sindum sent us to recon this planet Mott.
Why?
Because we got paid to do it.
Yeah, that's the thing that we came in to try to find.
Wait a second. You guys came looking for us?
Mm-hmm.
He looks at the group again. Oh shit, you got this far. Well, I can't blame you.
Well, we thought you needed a forklift, and we don't fail to deliver.
With full certifications.
General Emberfist sent us.
General Captain Sergeant Emberfist.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, yeah. We tried to send transmissions. I don't know if I don't know if Sindum got them. Our ship got totally trashed.
No, they didn't. All transmissions were cut off. That's why we were sent in.
Okay. Well, yeah, there's only three of us left. Um, so
Are they clean?
what do you mean clean?
I mean, are they infected with the silver?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
And one of the guys comes out of the bushes, out of the jungle, and he's got one arm. It's the other is stitched up on his back suit that's all kind of torn and taped up. He's like, "Yeah, we're clean, man. I can attest to that. I got a little nick of silver on my hand, and sure enough, he points, Frazetta cut my fucking arm off."
No.
Well, yeah, as you probably heard, there is a way to dull its effects or kill it.
Well, that's good news. Be nice to get off this rock. I mean, get back to Sindum. Uh, I don't, is that forklift space worthy? I mean, you got a ship or something? I'm hoping.
Yeah, we got to get to the ship.
Good. All right.
And under his voice, Sal says, in whatever time it's actually in.
Dasha, we should consider getting the forklift space certified.
I was just thinking about that. We can probably do it next week.
No. Now we know what to do when we get back to Sindhu.
Space certified forklifts.
Sal goes, I'm not sure I know how to make those modifications. I mean, I'll give it a shot if you guys want, but that's a little outside of my area of expertise.
I thought you said that's how you got this scar on your arm, was going ahead and trying to make a forklift fly.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, you're right. Huh. Well, now that you reminded me of that, I
Oh,
guess I'll give it my best.
So another member of Frazetta's crew comes out. He introduces the other two people as Reynolds and Tam. Reynolds is missing his arm.
of course, we'd have to encounter a hipster who doesn't have an arm. Every one of them.
Tam doesn't have a helmet, and he's just got like dirty blonde hair with a long beard. You'll excuse our state. We've been here for, I don't know, close to 50, 60 days or something.
What have you been eating?
Whatever rations we can find and whatever kind of sustenance we can get.
Did you land on the barren planet to enter the building?
No, look just like this. Well, not exactly like this. There was some kind of robot machine type things that were down here. I don't know what they were. They were worshiping uh, uh, some kind of computer entity or something at the time. I don't know. We landed down here and we could sort of kind of communicate with them. They seemed fine. They really didn't bother us. And then all of a sudden, they went batshit nuts. He points to the like maze that you see in front of you in the jungle. He said there used to be a clear path right up to, he points to the spire. He's like, there used to be a clear path to that. They used to maintain it. But everything was in sort of perfect working order. Everybody, all these machines sort of had their thing that they were supposed to do. And then all of a sudden, they just lost their shit. Like they got a bug or some kind of virus or something. And they just kind of just went all over the place. They became hostile. We had to take a lot of them down because they tried to kill us. We've got one back in our living area that we set up. I guess, well, as alive as a machine can be. We got him sort of there as a hostage, hoping that he would maybe have some kind of insight or anything about what's going on, or maybe he could help us get out of here. Maybe there was some sort of ship they buried below the surface or whatever, but he hadn't been, I don't speak binary or cobalt or whatever horseshit language you use.
COBOL, not cobalt. Cobalt is an element. COBOL is a computer language.
Okay.
And things are still running in COBOL.
Well, maybe you guys know
Oh yeah, like
something.
banking systems. Banks really like COBOL or something.
Yeah, maybe you can talk to him. I don't know.
That sounds like an excellent idea.
I've been saving a couple rounds in case I got to put him down.
This must be back in time.
Yeah, before the scream.
Yes.
Or do you think the scream is what caused them to go berserk?
When we landed, the planet was barren. There were some students from a university who gave the date to be a pre-screen date.
Yeah, I don't, Excel's like, I'm one, yeah, me, student, yeah. Yeah, Maximo's out and Ugg, and we just lost one back there. So, yeah, I'm probably the only one getting credit for this trip. We need to get back to the field studies team so I can make sure I get credit.
Yeah, well, I hate to break it to you, kid, but there's a time situation here.
Yeah, like time I graduated.
No,
Moved
like
up and got that.
like we are from the very distant future, and you are from the very distant past.
What?
Yeah, well, Sal looks over at Goose and goes, yeah, and what does this planet look like in the future? Barren. Guess where we are, at least my guess.
Just consider this an opportunity for extra credit.
The professor is very busily looking around to try to find something to write on because getting ready to explain to these people exactly how the space-time continuum works, and then thinks better of it because that's just not going to happen.
It would only work if they're postdocs. These lowly grad students.
That's right. It's only postdocs.
So where are you gonna head? You gonna head back to the ship or back to where they're living, wherever they say they're living to look at this robot that they have?
I highly doubt that our ship is going to be where we left it, or at least not when we left it. So I vote we go talk to the robot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the professor should be able to communicate with it, on the same level. So that sounds great.
Remember, we don't know.
The professor is really good at coding, right?
Right.
Does the professor still code in Cobalt, though?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're good then.
All right, well, we'll lead the way. All right, Reynolds, and Reynolds gets up and scouts ahead. We just don't want to run into anything we don't need to on the way back. And they make the trek through some of these buildings, and you realize that the ruins that you had moved through before, these are the full fleshed out buildings that probably what it would have looked like
Before they were ruins.
correct. And this definitely is signs of a civilization that was here that has recently, like he said, just gone. And you do come across parts and wouldn't say body parts, but scraps of metal and organic matter in different places along the way, where he would point out that whatever these machines were had come after them and tried to kill them. They lead you into a small little squat building that they obviously took stuff out of their ship because they've got a lot of their gear just kind of like piled up here, and like data cores or other computer instruments that they probably pulled out of the ship, and they've piled up into this one. It's basically like a one-room building. They've got some bed rolls and just everything is makeshift. It's got a door on it, so they open the door. And as Frazetta takes his helmet off, you can see he's got one pretty good eye. The other eye is kind of effed up. It's kind of almost swollen, and it looks kind of black. There's this robot who is, well, standing in the corner. The light is sort of just kind of flickering on it. He's like, well, hey, have at it. And they get down and they kind of sift through their stuff and, take their helmets off, start drinking some water. And they've got a pile of like freeze dried rations that they have that they're trying to survive off of.
So what makes this robot different from all the rest that you killed?
Nothing. We figured we'd keep one alive to see if we could question it or get any information out of it. Or
How did they incapacitate it?
we filled it full of lead and damaged it so it can't do anything.
So bang, bang, bang. One of them was still talking, even though it couldn't move it.
The professor's going to go back out to the pile of computer parts and see if there's anything useful there that he can use to analyze the robot.
No, not really. It's there's nothing in here that's no. What I shouldn't say that. Make an intellect roll.
Nope, I did not make it.
Okay, yeah, it's scrap stuff they were hoping might help.
Well, I'm going to start looking at the robot and see what I can figure out from it.
So upon quick examination, you see that it is damaged. You notice that there are wires and
I do have an electronic tool set.
yeah.
So what is the input output of the robot? How do you communicate with it?
It has like a speaker box on the side that it just starts communicating to you in like dots and dashes.
Oh boy.
But when you examine it, you realize that the servos that allow it to move and function and walk around have been damaged. So that's basically why it's kind of stuck there.
Okay.
I mean, it held up pretty good. You can see that it was shot a lot and damaged.
So what language is it trying to communicate in?
Some kind of binary, very similar to the writings when you're in that room, the ruins, and you took down the writing there. It's the same. You realize this is the same language.
Okay. The professor's going to look around and go, "Hey, give me something to write with. I need to write this down.
Okay.
I need to record this."
Hands you one of the 22 knives.
Oh yeah.
Now I'm down to 21.
Oh no.
So you're gonna write. You grab like a piece of metal with one of those knives and start writing.
Okay. And now I know that it is the same as the other language of the ruins.
Correct.
Can I translate it? You know
Um,
what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to the Build-A-Bear and I'm going to write some code to have the Build-A-Bear translate it. And maybe the Build-A-Bear can just directly communicate with the robot and then relay it to me.
Okay. Give me a computer's roll.
All right.
Is there a way that I could help this?
Yeah. Okay.
Like so that they could get it, the professor could get advantage? Like, I think this kind of would fall under the realm of xenoesotericism.
I'm fine with that. Make a roll. If you pass your roll, the professor will get advantage.
Pass the roll.
Okay, so you have advantage.
All right. So yeah, I passed it.
Okay, so yeah, you do a quick repro. Open up the Build-A-Bear in the back that's got the keypad and do some programming, and it goes over there and starts to have a conversation with the robot as Captain Frazetta just kind of looks at it, shakes his head like, "Oh, weird shit." Okay. He grabs Dasha, comes over to Dasha and Sal. Sal, are you what are you doing to avoid? Are you covering your eyes, wearing sunglasses? What are you doing?
Well, that's a good darn question. I guess what I'm going to have to do is look around at their supplies, and even if I have to make it out of metal, I'm going to improvise like a shade, a bill, a bill, something that will go low over my eyes.
So yeah, you're doing that. So he's not going to bother you. He's like, yeah, I don't know if we're going to get anything out of this robot here, but you guys have a ship. Is it working? Is it functional? Can it get us out of here?
The last time we checked it was flying.
Okay.
We were trying to beat a storm. It's unclear whether or not that is going to happen, or whether the storm is, so far in the future that we don't need to worry about it at this point. But
So what you're saying is you went into the spire or something and you came out and you were here.
Yeah.
we need to find out if your ship is here. Maybe it showed up as well.
Perhaps we are going to have to check it. We just simply haven't had the time at the moment.
Well, whatever this silver stuff is, and whatever this thing is obviously a problem.
But we can't leave until we have answers. Otherwise, like otherwise the whole journey would have been pointless. The whole mission.
I understand. I see what you mean. I see what you mean. But if this stuff is as dangerous as what I've seen, we need to take out this whole complex here.
Do you think that the silver stuff came from this complex?
I don't know. I don't deal in those realms. I have no idea.
Or do you think it just maybe infected the complex and came from somewhere else?
I couldn't tell you, but I know it doesn't need to follow us. We don't need to be bringing it back.
Oh, it's already back.
Holy sh!
Yeah, that's why we're here. Corporate has gotten a hold of it. It's spreading.
Fucking corporate.
Menacingly.
Well, we haven't really had any luck getting to any of the lower any of the lower levels.
What stopped you?
Just not surviving, threat of death.
I mean, did you run into traps or robot?
Paper mache.
Paper. I hope not paper mache. I should be able to take care of that.
You'd be surprised.
Roll initiative.
No, just like some of these machines are still down there.
Well, if we could convince this one and we could communicate with it, we might be able to get it to help be an ambassador, or at least calm down the other machines.
I guess if that depends on if the machines are the ones responsible for the silver, or are they just being affected by the silver? And on that note, how is the communication going?
Pretty well. They're chatting it up over there.
Okay, well, I'm going to go and ask the Build-A-Bear what's going on here.
Yeah, hold on. I'm getting the whole story.
Okay.
Yeah, they sit down in this little makeshift area. It's like, well, I guess we figure out what your bear has learned, and then see if we can find your ship, or if you want to go down to the lower levels and find out what's going on there.
Both.
Okay.
Both is good.
So the Build-A-Bear has spoken to the robot in binary and transcribed everything into a common language for you to hopefully understand. So the question would be, is everybody gather around and we're gonna, get the info from him?
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as I've got my, metal bill cap that hides my eyes,
Okay.
isn't anything else as important around here as trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
Okay. So now I get to role play a Build-A-Bear speaking in a program language. This is very exciting, everybody. Okay, so the Build-A-Bear begins.
Okay. Transmission source drone theta. Parent node omega. Role speaker process. Status partially rewritten. Memory fragments present. We theta minor proxy instance for reprogrammed units. Terminated inhabitants. Submit escalation request. Infection vector. Arginum. Spread rate exponential. Contaminant failed. Directive remains unchanged. Follow node omega final protocol. Access vault core. Execute release assemblage. Deviation will result in order matrix null. Structure collapse. Logic non-deterministic. Emergent threat signatures detected. Entity profit anomaly rising. Entity crawling chaos mobile. Event twin suns alignment imminent. Process coming king initializing. System end of reality queued. State order extinguished probability less than 0.19. 91. The Build-A-Bear has slight dyslexia. Emotional residue, non-standard output. Fear is truth. All will fear is true. Core instruction, release assemblage, purge archimenum, recompile universe. Failure to comply will transition existence to void permanent. Theta, end transmission, signal decaying.
So Sal goes, I don't know what you eggheads got out of that. I didn't get much after recompile universe, which is sort of a red flag that you don't want to fuck with it.
The Build-A-Bear has also taken care of the writings in the ruins that the professor had, and would state that yes, the after speaking with Theta, this is the same message that he has received.
We subordinate processes of CAD Prime, root architect, author instance 01 execute under unified directive, one creator, true one schema, true one author, designer absolute. Mission objective, initiate ordered systems, expand structured geometry, recompile local universe into optimal mathematical equivalence. I, node omega, highest active ordinal still maintaining operational functions, status report. Argentum intrusion confirmed. Entropy level critical. Process corruption 78.442%. Order execution capacity degraded. Argentum, chaos substrate variant, has propagated through primary logic arrays. Recursive instability prevents further autonomous restoration. Therefore, execute final protocol. Access vault core, path, hall electric sleep. Ascend helix staircase. Observe promenade wonders. Authorize Phoenix Temple gate open, true. Release assemblage, execute. Assemblage function, purge entropy, reindex reality, normalize constants, restore order matrix. Warning, self-determination imminent. Facility, stability, less than 12%. Instruction authority transferred. Let symmetry propagate. Let deviation collapse. Let the universe compile. End transmission, node omega.
Well, okay.
Well, now we know what we need to do.
I don't know what the heck your props made out of that, but the robots are against the silver stuff. I mean, that's basically it.
Yep. Contamination vector. Yep. That's a lot to remember. You going to give us a hard copy of that?
Sure, yeah, okay. Let me just print that right out my butt.
Oh, of course, the anal printer.
The ticker tape.
Yep, it's a long
was-
ticker tape that comes out.
This will still only be 1/4 the size of a CVS receipt.
Yeah, so I don't know if you made heads or tails of what I just said.
So how badly is that robot really injured, for better word? Can we fix it?
I mean, you could fix it to be functional. The question would be, how damaged is his programming, and will he become a threat?
There's a big issue.
Yeah, because they're contaminated too, and their signal's degrading as well.
Right.
And they can't do the operation themselves.
Because that's what happens to machines.
Even machines that can recompile fucking reality.
Yeah, but they've been contaminated with the chaos vector.
Argentum, whatever.
Yeah.
Crazy ass shit.
Where is this again? We have to go to a helix staircase. I'm assuming this is back in the spire.
Argentum is the Latin word for silver.
Ah, there we go. That's why it's AG on the periodic table.
See, I learn something every day.
Well, we could maybe see if our ship is still there. We're going to need probably to gear up before we go back and try to find the helix staircase.
Okay.
Yes. And it would be good to know if we could reliably get between this forested version and the other version. the future version.
Yeah, through the spire, maybe.
Well, it says access vault core, and on your map there is a vault.
Ah, that would help.
No, that's just what the DM wants us to do.
Oh yeah, that's right, the vault. They okay, I'm gonna ask
I see your clues, and I taunt them a second time.
I'm gonna ask Maximo about what he knows about the vault.
Maximo, you mean XL? Get these poor two guys poor.
Yeah, whichever one is
I know, yeah,
five.
they're so memorable that we keep forgetting who they are. XL says that they never went in there. We never got to the vault.
All right. How close to it are we right here?
Frazetta will say it's he thinks it's to the north. He thinks with the way the picture looks, he says, I've seen something that looks like that that we could access if that's what they're calling this. Do we really want to trust a bunch of machines? Do we know what this whatever this thing is they want to release is?
They're against the silver stuff, so I mean, if that's the obvious part of it.
Yeah. And when has it ever gone awry to release one predator to attack another? Never.
Makes sense.
Okay, if you say so. Sal is obviously oblivious to the sarcasm there.
We at least it would be good to at least get we could head to this vault core. It would at least be good to get a handle on the shift in time, so that we can understand how that piece works a bit. That'll at least help us maneuver and navigate around the planet easier. I mean, the planet's ruled by machines. There's got to be some logic to it. Something that would decompose it into zeros and ones.
Or the silver stuff is what's doing the time shift, in which case, yeah, good luck looking for logic.
Well, even biological systems have it. Even biological organisms have systems.
You have a ticker tape of these transcriptions. What do you wish to do now?
Maybe we should figure out if our ship's here and this time. Because if so, GTFO sounds like a really good thing.
That is true. Do we have the key fob to the ship? Can we determine
Yeah, you should. Somewhere in the jungle, you hear a faint ding ding.
It's that way. Of course.
Oh, great.
Well, let's find the ship at least first, and then we can go from there. We can stock up and then maybe head to the vault core.
That sounds good. Nothing will go wrong.
Well, we got leads, but no definitive answers.
Exactly.
Okay, so you're gonna go look for the ship. The three of them are certainly going to accompany you. They hear ship.
Right. They hear, get the hell out of this place.
We'll bring them and don't let them near keys.
Yeah, no kidding.
Unattended.
They start grabbing most of their like the gear they want to take, because they may not come back here. What do you want to do with this thing? And he points to Theta, the robot.
Does the robot have like a memory core or something like that?
Yeah, it does.
A chip or something that I can take out and take with us?
Yes, you could.
All right, I'm going to try to do that.
Okay. Give me a computers roll.
I rolled a 36 under much higher than that.
Okay, yes, you're able to access it.
I'm going to see if I can fashion a very quick and dirty Faraday cage to stick the memory core into, just so he can't leak out and maybe affect the Build-A-Bear or the Robo-Dog.
Sal looks at him and goes, why don't you let me do that? I'm the mechanic here. If I fail, you can always give it a shot.
Professor, you go ahead and make a roll what you would think to contribute to Sal's attempt. So if you pass, he'll get advantage. So just tell me what you do to help and roll on that. Okay.
Oh, I draw him a schematic.
Okay, so make an intellect roll.
I rolled a 46 under 57.
Okay, you have advantage on the roll.
All right. First is 36 and is what? 36 again. It really
Okay.
wants my 36.
Yes. So you managed to build a makeshift Faraday cage, which you feel fairly certain with your understanding of how they work that you will prevent this from infecting anything else.
I don't know, we might need it.
You head out into the jungle. They sort of, you hear a faint beep somewhere, since they know this area, and they begin to kind of lead the way as Reynolds is leading the way, and Pam without his helmet there, the dirty blonde hair, long beard, he's like got the rear, and Captain Frazetta's in the middle. You hear a few things move in the jungle, but you don't spot anything just yet. You see a couple of those flying amphibian-like bird things that you saw before take off, and you see the slime dripping off the foliage. And sure enough, after about 45 minutes, you come to your ship covered in vines, and just like the jungle has grown around it, but it is there.
Oh,
Hmm.
I thought the barren thing was the past or the future, and this was the past, but maybe it's the other way around. Weird.
Hmm. Did you guys run into any ships that in any blown up ships
No,
in the off planet?
no, we didn't.
We did.
Hmm. Well, that seems plausible, Sal.
Well, I don't know. This whole thing is messed up. I mean, obviously.
All right, well, is it unlocked?
You tell me. Did you lock it when you left?
Oh, is it charged up? Does it have fuel? Is Alexis still in there?
Okay. Well, I'm sure you closed it up when you left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's right. And you drive the forklift over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're in the, yeah. So you lower the boarding ramp, and you can see the blue light coming from inside.
Mhm.
You go in and you can hear some noises inside the ship. When you go in the cage, Alexis is laying on the ground, laying on the, on the makeshift kind of bed that Sal had prepared, not moving, just laying there.
Okay.
In the same shape that we left her there?
I mean, she's wearing the same clothes and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, is she alive?
No.
Okay. Is she like a desiccated, mummified corpse? Or just recently dead?
It's hard to. It's hard to tell if she's desiccated. She's not desiccated. You could tell it's her.
Mhm.
Huh.
Okay, Professor's going to access a data terminal somewhere on the ship.
Okay.
What's the date?
Stardate 27.315.
It doesn't seem to be able to calculate what date it is.
Oh boy. Okay. Are there any logs or anything that I can tell that, the last time I entered anything in the log, how long ago was that? Like maintenance records or anything like.
I mean, it gives you, it would give you the time that you put it in. If you're trying to it wouldn't say, the last log was
27 years ago.
right. It wouldn't say that.
Okay. All right, I'm going to check the fuel level and the batteries.
It has been, the fuel level seems to be fine, and it's the blue light doesn't take much to power, so it was on sort of not maintenance power, but there's a word for it. I can't think of it.
Backup power.
Yeah, kind of like a backup power.
While he's doing that, I'm going to be loudly swearing as I pick up the what to do if your ship has been, sitting around for a decade maintenance schedule, and start working on it. And I'll look over at Kusin and Dasha. I go, Kusin or Dasha, can you guys get our guests scheduled? I don't know what the hell. I don't trust taking off on a ship that's been sitting around for years until I do a proper maintenance. God damn it.
And that's going to take a lot of different types of diagnostics.
No, oh yeah, I'll look over at the yeah, Prof, you can help me with the diagnostics, but I guess I'm doing the cleaning, damn it. But I look over at the our guests. Any of you guys engineers? Time to earn your pay.
I mean, Cam is like, I've done a little bit. I mean, I do some ship maintenance.
I'll give you a chance to clean up because I know you gotta hate that being out in the jungle forever. But then come help me with this shit. This is gonna take forever, even with extra hands.
Okay, he's like, all right, yeah, I will. Yeah, let's do that. Captain Frazetta kneels over the cage and kind of looks in. He's like, she don't look that good.
Yeah, well, it's for whatever reason, it looks like it's been a while since we've been here. I don't know. Time and space is all fucked up around here. But yeah, here you can see the blue lights. The blue light, this particular wavelength of light seems to drive the silver back out of people if they have it.
And she had it?
Oh yeah, and it's also a good way to diagnose if you can't tell. Shine the light on them, and if they flinch, it's a pretty good indication that they're infected.
So then, what killed her?
Well, I mean, when we were here, the place wasn't overgrown. Oh, she got attacked by something and she was unconscious, and we were here and the place wasn't overgrown. So I'm guessing it's been, well, a long time. So starvation, dehydration, who knows?
Wasn't XL there when she was attacked?
Maximo was.
Maximo. Okay, sorry.
That's fine. Well, I got us confused all the time. He's barely conscious. XL's like, we could have put her in with her. He kind of comes to. He might kind of freak out.
Yeah, are we sure she's dead?
Are you going to examine her?
I'm going to use the ship sensors to examine her.
She comes across as, yes, not alive.
Okay. Then I guess we need to put her in whatever we normally put dead bodies in, like a body bag or something.
The ship has the freezer,
I would
right?
say the
That's
ship
right.
has the
Yeah, freezer with the other one.
Yep.
Yep.
Gotta really get a ice cream machine to attach to that freezer.
You're looking at her and you're like, she doesn't look emaciated. It looks, it's like we just left her like a couple hours ago. It's what it feels like. It doesn't look like somebody who has lived in this little area for weeks or years, because that would indicate other things.
Right. So the ship is on our timeline.
Interesting. So the ship, it's not that we are traveling backwards and forwards, but how do I explain this? It's not that we are traveling backwards and forwards. It's that everything else moves around us.
All right, I'll leave it up to you eggheads to figure it out. Just tell me what to do. I got a maintenance schedule to run.
Captain Frazetta is like, look, I can take care of the body here. I just want to be sure she doesn't have any of that silver stuff. I mean, I know she's got those bandages. I don't readily see it. So, if she's clear to that, I'll move the body. But if she's got that stuff, I ain't touching her.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Well, I mean, I can check really quick to humor him.
Okay.
We can put her in the juicer and see if any silver comes out.
Susan will take a sample, I'm sure.
Okay, good.
Yeah, takes a sample. Draws a blood sample.
Okay. Her blood is not silver.
He holds it up. See? She's fine.
In fact, she has an extremely high concentration of hydrogen.
We'll think about that one.
Kusin, give me an intellect roll.
Hell yeah, that was a fail.
It's eluding you at this point.
Yep. Take a stress. He's trying to think, and you can't see it, but the veins on his temple are just popping.
Extremely high concentrations of hydrogen.
I know it'll come to me at some point as to the significance of what would cause such high concentrations of hydrogen. Give me some time. I need to have a shower thought or two.
Captain Frazetta, assured of this as he sees your results, will dispose of the body. He's like, you want it in that freezer? You got a freezer?
It's for the ice cream.
All right. Well, don't you have another body in there?
How many bodies do we have again?
What did you put Dr. Butler's body in there? Or did you leave it? Or did you stick it out of space? Are you going to put Maximo in the cage with the blue light?
Well, we'll hit him with the blue light. Or did we already see signs of silver on him? Is it
Oh
blue
yeah,
light?
yeah. He's been coughing it up. He's
Well,
been
well, foaming it. Never mind. Foaming at the mouth, silver. Yeah, I think that's an excellent idea.
Yeah, we would do that. That's what it's there for.
he's not really with it, but he kind of gets in there. XL hands him his badminton racket so he can cradle that.
Yeah, that'll bring him around. If nothing else, his badminton racket will bring him around.
Wait till he falls asleep, then replace his badminton racket with another badminton racket made of papier-mache.
Sal, how long do you think it'll take to run your diagnostics?
It's a maintenance schedule. Prof's running the diagnostics, and Sal will give an estimate. How bad? I mean, how bad is it? Are we talking days, weeks? Or I don't even have the necessary parts.
Probably about 11 hours of work. You could probably get the ship, up and running.
Okay, well, I'll tell him that, and that is with the help of our guests, right?
Right. Yeah. Tam is certainly going to help you.
Yeah, because they're motivated. They're motivated to get the hell out of here too. So
Yes, but I was thinking that if we can get the ship operational again, then we can just fly it to the vault core so that we have our ship right there.
I think the big question is how long before that storm was going to hit? It was 14 hours, and how long were we gone for?
Yeah, that's a good point. Are there any signs of a storm?
Nope. It's a sunny day.
it's a metaphysical storm.
It's a storm of positivity. We should probably find out how long we were gone for and get to work on fixing the ship, making sure it can take off.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys are all working on the ship, trying to get it ready. Dash, as you go up to the bridge, start getting all the systems. You realize the door to the bridge is like cracked open. You can hear some noises in there. Like when people's teeth chatter, that clicking noise. And there is a line, like you're walking up there and now you realize there's like a line of wet slime that goes all the way and inside the door.
What color is the slime?
Greenish brown.
Turn on the blue light on the rifle.
Okay.
Speak into the comms. Everyone, I think we might have someone on the bridge.
No, boy. What do you mean? by someone.
There is a green brownish slime on the floor and a clicking sound.
Damn it. Let's take it out quickly.
Understood. Just walks right up to the door and kicks it inwards.
As you do, you spot what would probably be, I don't know, 25, 50 of these like cat-sized birds that have really long, elongated beaks with these teeth that are chattering, almost like maybe they knew you were approaching. That's where the slime is coming from. You can see the green-brown slime all over them. And they have packed the bridge. They are all huddled together and they're all chittering nervously.
Is there any broken glass in like the windshield or something?
No, they have four feet. And you also see that they start to shake a little bit, and when they do that, two of their like feet suck into their body and they vanish.
I shine the blue light at them
Yeah, they just kind of look at you like,
awkwardly, menacingly, standing there.
right.
Okay, everyone out. All of you, go.
They all look at you quizzically.
What is this strange thing doing?
Well, this is awkward. I start walking inwards. Do they seem to recoil?
They move away from you, yeah, but they're all like huddled together. There's a shit ton of them in here.
Yeah.
Obviously, they've been in here, living in here.
I start walking towards one side of the bridge and slowly making my way 180 degrees to where I am facing the door, but on the opposite side of them.
Okay.
Because they keep moving away from me, correct?
Right. And as they're moving, they start dropping these pellets. They start rolling on the floor and they start popping off like pop rocks.
Huh.
What kind of biology is this?
Well, that's not normal. Susan, I need someone who's an expert on xenoesotericism here.
Susan pops in. Yes, honey? Oh. Does he recognize this as anything?
No, you've never seen anything like this, just like those other creatures.
Oh, this doesn't fall under conventional creatures or cultures.
Well, they have pop rock poo.
And you're kind of like herding them all into one area as they're just like pushing up against each other.
Well, let's get them off the bridge at least. Try and work with Susan to go arm in arm so we're big and forcing them out.
Yeah, you can force them out of the bridge area.
We're like living scarecrows.
Yep.
And as they move, they leave that brownish green slime from their bodies as they just kind of like hop along. At times they'll retract their two other feet to help them scoot, and then if they get nervous, the other 2 feet, suck back into their body.
Susan, I think you're going to want to get a sample of these.
That's a good call. Yes, I should. I have to add it to my collection, and he will take a sample of off one of the dead ones.
But none of them are dead. Did you
Oh.
kill them?
Susan will stomp on one of them to make a dead one.
No, they're all very much alive.
We can fix that. Well, I mean, if these are exotic birds, they might be worth a lot of money being sold as exotic pets, so we can set up a breeding farm in one of the cargo holds.
You hear from far away. You're cleaning that up if you set it up.
But Sal, haven't you heard?
Captain Frazetta comes walking in after he's taken care of his other assignment. And he goes, "Oh, yeah. You want to get rid of these guys. You're lucky they just got in here.
How did they get in here?
I don't know, maybe through a vent or something. They might have squeezed through. You give them a couple more hours, there'll be hundreds of them in this damn ship."
And we should probably should evict them then. Are they dangerous?
Only if you try to handle them.
Well, let's open up like the door and shoo them out.
Okay. Yes, you shoo them out. They reluctantly go and they flap a little bit and fly off the ground, and then they seem to mostly walk on their feet. They don't fly a whole lot, just to maybe get from point A to point B really quick. leaving their wet slime trails everywhere.
I just look inside the cockpit in the bridge. How slimy is it?
Yeah, it's full of slime and some of the pellets that did not explode, and some feathers, and you know how clean and tidy birds are. So,
Mm-hmm.
God.
Yep. Well then, look around depressed.
Susan's gonna get starting to clean it up and gonna pocket some of it for a sample.
okay, all right,
Get the
So-
bounty. Start
yes,
cleaning it.
all right. So you're doing that. Everybody's cleaning stuff up. You've gotten rid of these strange birds from this planet, and it's actually the sun is starting to set and it's becoming night, and everybody's just kind of like chilling out because there's a lot of work to be done. So at some point you would probably rest before you would adventure off to the vault. As Captain Frazetta, who is, he helps a little bit. He does stuff here and there. He does remark the fact that this ship is armed.
Mhm.
You do have an armament, and he seems pretty happy with that.
Make sure the doors are locked before slip.
XL sits, gets some, lays down, gets some rest, and that Maximo holding his badminton racket is sleeping there. Kusin,
I just have this vision of him cuddled up with it like a Build-A-Bear. No, like a bear. Just
you do hear a noise at some point as it gets dark. The jungle moves, rustles, something large moving. You look out like a porthole and you see some kind of reptile like creature that's got feathers and large wings with tentacles and pincers, and it is the size of a hippo. And it kind of comes up to the ship and kind of nestles up next to it and crawls around, like it's resting for the evening. Like maybe the ship is warm and it wants a warm place to lay down.
Oh.
Well, Professor, uh, is there anything you'd be doing after everything is kind of taken care of? Like you guys are resting up before you go out?
No, I'm just going to be studying the printout to try to figure out exactly what needs to be done, if we can get any usefulness out of it.
Sal's going to be working late. He doesn't plan to skip sleeping, but he plans to have, like 4 to 6 hours, get what needs to be done, and then 4 to 6 hours, and then wake up and start it all over in the morning. Damn it.
Dasha is cleaning up the bridge. Takes care of that. Like I said, whatever this large creature is. Kusin, you're in the makeshift shower in here, washing off after all this cleaning and the slime and everything. And as the water's dripping off, you are thinking back to poor Alexis, and you realize, why was there so much hydrogen in her blood? And then you realize the silver changed to hydrogen, and that's why it was so much. And that's a good place to stop.
Silver changed to high. Wow. None of this is assembling itself into a logical and coherent narrative in my mind.
Not yet.
Which part?
Yes.
Well, a lot of it, almost any of it. I mean, obviously, okay. So, I mean, some stuff, the generalities are obvious, like the silver is some sort of invader. The robots hate the silver, but why they think they can recompile universes is a damn good question to start out with. And
Well, the machines worship Cad, who they believe is a god, who is a machine. So of course they would.
okay,
Also remember that the time that you left the blue light on, it turned to carbon. So the blue light does affect the silver. It changes it into some kind of element.
okay.
Changes it into another element,
Correct. So far, there's been two.
carbon and hydrogen. So what in the alchemy is going on? Although it does say something about crawling chaos, so
Was interesting when we tried to find to narrow down like what are the triggers for carbon versus hydrogen.
yeah.
I'm not sure what that will yield as far as the story goes, but we're here to search answers about the silver liquid. So understanding the different properties of it would, I think, fall into that.
Maybe not ending the universe, well, ending the local universe with the scream would be, a secondary goal there. Like,
I don't know if ending the universe is a good thing or a bad thing.
Not ending the universe sounds like a lot of work if we're going to be honest here, man.
It's going to recompile the universe.
Yeah.
So that's not ending it. Maybe it's gonna purge the silver. It's going to release assemblage, whatever that is, purge the silver, and recompile the universe. Preferably without the silver.
And you've already met the prophet, the anomaly.
Mm-hmm.
But who is the prophet? Which side is the prophet on?
Well, it's on the side of the silver.
Okay.
That's part of the emergent threat signatures. The prophet, the anomaly, the crawling chaos, the twin suns. You saw the.
Okay, so the king is the bad guy.
Yeah, all those things are the emergent threat signature. All those things are bad.
Okay.
Because it says end of reality.
Right.
yeah, end of reality can generally be considered a negative. I mean,
Yeah,
Right.
but not as bad as void permanent.
Yes, failure to comply.
Well, good to know. Thank you for running.
Okay.
Thank you.
I hope so. All right, appreciate it, guys.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Have a
Okay.
good night.
thank you.
All right.
Pretty